have 3 events down. We're on to our final individual event of the night. Let's slow it down a little bit more with the 400 IM on the blocks. This is the D final for the ladies, 400 individual medley.
Gabrielle Stecker, Piranha Swim Club, lane 1. Annie Lane, Carter Center Aquatics, lane 2. Alexandra Grimes, swimming unattached in lane 3. Ellen Sewick, Team Foxjet in lane 4. Callan Barkley, Rochester Swim Club in lane 5. Caitlin Swiney, First Colony Swim Team in lane 6. Leah Gwinnett, Nation's Capital in lane 7. Peyton Greenberg, Lakeside Swim Team in lane 8. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I heard there was a swim-off for the 400 IM this morning in prelims.
Yeah.
Now, that's one of those races that you kind of cross your fingers that you don't have to do a swim-off. That's 3 400 IMs in a single day.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Out strong at the 75, lane number 1. That's Gabrielle Stecker. Now, on that note that you just said, a swimmer that would probably be excited about that, Becca Mann, speaking to her coach at the Orlando Grand Prix the other week, she's the type of swimmer who's disappointed when the coach tells them that they have a practice off. So I would imagine she would be someone who's a little stoked about that, probably gets a little bit energized for it. But in this race at the 158.0 for your leader out front down here in lane number 1, Gabriella Stecker.
Having a practice off. Now, see, I thought that's something that swimmers cherish all the time. You swim in tens of thousands of yards in a pool.
Most swimmers do cherish that, but...
Tiffany, what would you do on your day off when you were an age group swimmer?
Eat and sleep. I would have to say just eat and sleep.
I would have to say I did the exact same thing.
Halfway through the backstroke leg, Stecker maintaining the lead. The 400 IM is such a fun race to watch. We really see where the dominant strokes pick up, and it really gets interesting when we get to the breaststroke. Stecker, she's going to have the lead going into the halfway mark, so we'll see what breaststroke she has, because that's going to make or break the race.
Absolutely. You see the leads change so often in a 400 IM. Pretty much a swimmer has to have at least some talent in all 4 strokes, but every swimmer has their dominant stroke, and you can see where it really kicks into play in this 4 IM.
Ellen Sewick, 2:02.9 at the halfway, 2:03.8 for Stecker in lane number 1. This is where we see the breaststrokers start to emerge. This morning, only a second separates all 8 of these girls from their prelim swim. Sewick was a 4:23.4 this morning. And she's going to start pulling ahead here in the breaststroke. Hanging on up there in lane number 7. That's Leah Gwinnett, the 13-year-old at a Nation's Capital. We've seen a couple 13-year-olds in the water this weekend, which is absolutely fun to see. The 13-year-olds compete at this junior national level.
Yeah, there really aren't many 13-year-olds that make junior nationals. I'd say 15 is about the average age you would see a swimmer compete at this level. Because the time standards are not by age group, there's just one overall time standard.
Ellen Sewick showing she's got a pretty dominant breaststroke here. She's going to be into the wall at the 300. 3:17.57 with 100 yards left to go. Now she could bring it back just over a minute or around a minute. She's going to drop a few seconds here.
She looks like she's in the group. I think she's probably going to pull a best time, or at least faster than her preliminary time.
The junior national cut in this event is a 4:16.79. 50 yards left to go for Ellen Sewick in the D final. She's at a 3:47.5.
And lane 8, Peyton Greenberg, lane 7. Leah Gwinnett also looking very strong. She was at a 4:23.82. You know, it's just been such a close meet. Even in this heat, there's only about a second.
Ellen Sewick, she's going to be right on that mark and into the wall. She's going to get the touch here in the D final. 4:16.86, just a tenth of a second off of the junior national cut. And into the wall for second is Gwinnett, 4:19.81, and Barkey for third, 4:22.94. And that is a significant time drop for Ellen Sewick out of lane number 4. 7 seconds. Got to be happy with that.